rebels and creatives. Welcome to a world where art knows no bounds and creativity is the ultimate currency. Join us as we dive into the world of art, music, fashion, culture, and more. So let's meet the rebels who are making it happen.
It's
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So Okay. Yo. Oh my God.
It's
The lovely Michelle Huff. Elliot. Don't forget the Elliot.
It's
Listen, do you know
We here.
Do you know how long it's been since I've been trying to get you on this couch?
How long?
A long time. Since I met you. Yes. Since I met you.
Happy to
Clearly.
be here.
Thank you. Clearly I met you through
Our friend, our girl,
Yeah,
our client, our boy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Fellow Libra sistering.
Correct.
Bestie.
Correct. So clearly I know a lot about you, but I would like for you to tell all our storytellers about you a little bit.
Well, first and foremost, I have to say I'm a proud Baltimorean. Since you're here in Baltimore right now, I'm just saying.
What y'all call it? How y'all say it? You talk Baltimore. There you go.
But I have to say proud Baltimorean. It was fun growing up, Northwest Baltimore with my twin sister and older sister. And then my twin sister and I, after high school, went to Bennett College in Greensboro, North Carolina. We both went there.
Shout out to North Carolina.
Shout out Bennett Bells. We celebrate 100 years. We'll be there. And then grad school in Philly. So my twin sister and I went to Philly together. She was at Temple and I was at LaSalle. So I got my MBA in marketing.
Okay.
And then from there, I moved to LA. I was head of international at Virgin Records for 6 years and then moved to New York.
Okay.
And so when I moved to New York, that's when I started my business. But I was doing events. So Pharrell Williams, who was an artist, the Neptunes were artists on Virgin Records. And so we met then. And so he was starting Star Tracks, his company. And they asked me to do the launch party for it. So we did it at Chelsea Pier. And so it was crazy. So I did that. And that's really the introduction into PR. I had no idea what PR was. They asked me to do the party at Chelsea Pier. It got shut down because it was so many people trying to get in the party. It was crazy. And then I was in all this press. I was like, how does this work? Like, how am I in press? Like, how does that work? And so I was like, I need to know more about PR. And that's how I met my mentor. And then, she was just asking, I worked for her. And I was just like, I like this, like how to get press and you get, included in all these magazines and TV shows and all the things. And so that was my introduction into PR.
Okay, so you really didn't go to school for PR. You really just kind of floated in?
Yeah, I mean, I went to school. I wanted to be a lawyer.
Oh.
When I was in undergrad, I was just like, I want to be a lawyer. I'm going to go to law school. But then when I was at Bennett, my sorority sister is Ahmad Brown. She was a rapper, and she had a song at the time with Method Man.
Okay.
And her rap name was Entice. I would go with her to shows and different interviews, and her mom managed her. And I was just like, I want to do this. I just loved how everything worked behind the scenes, prepping for a show, the logistics of it. And I saw it, and I remember calling my parents, and I was like, I don't want to go to law school. I want to work at a record label. They were like, girl, you going to grad school. My mom was like, no, because you're going to get on drugs. Like, my mom was so scared because, in her mind, it was like the entertainment industry.
Yes.
That's all she saw was drugs.
Mm-hmm.
So she was my mom was crying. I said, Ma, I'm not going, if I'm not doing drugs now, girl.
Was that like the 80s?
I'm not that damn old.
I don't know, because old people know. No.
But while I was in school, I had an internship at Rough House Records.
Okay.
That put the stamp on it at that point. Okay. I was like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Okay. So that sparked your interest.
So that sparked my interest definitely when I interned at Rough House Records. And then I was just like, I saw the Fugees. I was there when they broke up. Okay. It was chaos. They had a house on this street, and I would go, and it was people running around doing stuff. I'm stuffing bags, doing this. People arguing, fussing. I'm like, this is what I want to do. Most people would be afraid.
Yeah.
It just gravitated the pull. I was like, yes! It was like a revelation, like a light bulb went off. Like I said, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. So then I started researching,
okay,
hey, then I was like, I found Sylvia Rone and Jean Riggins. And I was like, these are two black women who became presidents of record labels.
Okay.
And I was just like, I'm going to be the third female president of a label. Like, I just, followed them, researched them. I did all the things. So when I finally met Sylvia Rone, I told her, she's like, Michelle, really? I'm like, girl, yes. You were like, to me.
Yeah.
But that's when I knew I wanted to be in entertainment.
Okay.
I was just like, I knew at that very moment, in all the middle of that chaos, I said, this is what I want to do. Because most people get nervous in chaos. For me, it was just, I just felt like my body get hot.
Yeah.
And I just knew that I was supposed to be here.
Yeah. You know what? And being that you said that is 100% true, because I saw you in your element.
When?
The first time we were at the VMAs, you were in your zone. Me, I don't just observe one person. I look at everyone in the room to learn from everyone. And when I tell you you was in your zone, I don't even think you were. Yeah,
because you know what it is. Just taking VMAs for example. When you go into those scenes, it's almost like your security. You're also making sure that when she does red carpet or your client does red carpet, they're comfortable. Making sure people are asking the right questions. Making sure they're not asking crazy questions. Okay, but then how much longer we have on this carpet? Okay, but then what time do you have to go on stage? Okay, come on, shorten those questions up on the interview. So it's like all those things are going on in my mind. Like, does everyone have their bands and tickets to get in? Okay, so it's 50 things going on. So people always like, you look so mean on the carpet. Like, when we train like our employees to do red carpets, it's like your head is on a swivel because you should know what's at the end of the carpet, where's security, is the path clear, we gotta do these interviews, how many we do, like it's all those things that are happening at one time. Yeah. Is your client comfortable? They feel away. Are they okay? Like, so it's all those things. So when we train them, we're like, you have to keep your head on a swivel and know what's going on behind you, in front of you, at the side of you. Are people here talking too loud? Is somebody trying to come and ask for a photo, like in the middle of an interview? Like, it's all those things that happen. But yeah, VMAs were crazy.
So how do you like compel like a narrative for your client?
Well, it's interesting because everyone's narrative is different. So especially working with a celebrity versus working with, like a Comcast Xfinity on a TV show or working, we did BET Awards for 6.5 years. Like, so all those things are very different, but like how we work is what's the end goal? And then we work backwards from there. So if it's like, okay, for Ashanti, for example, like at that time she's promoting new music and, so at that time it's like, okay. And then, the VMAs after that, it was, okay, you and Nelly are going to go public that you're in a relationship. So to me, all that's in my mind. And I'm like, by the way, that person, that was my idea.
That was your idea. Yeah.
And put that photo on there when y'all first met at VMAs. And Tim was all like, oh, that's a great idea. Tim, it's my idea, brother. Put that on the record.
What?
She threatened me and told me that if I don't get this done, that she was going to crush my little wavy.
What's like a big challenge that you face when dealing with a client in PR?
It's different challenges. So I think also like the direction you want to go in. Like, of course, people come to us and they say, okay, this is, we're coming to you because we know you guys are experts in this particular field. But then it's also convincing, especially when you have some clients who had their own idea. And that's fine. Like, let's come together and talk about the ideas and thoughts. But if I'm telling you I'm the expert in this, please listen. You can have an opinion and thought on it, but that's to me always the challenge when it's just like, okay, we put this in place. We did a whole strategic plan and timeline, and then you come and like, and you do none of it. Like, that's the part where it's just like, we told you, especially with crisis PR. Like, if we're saying this is what you have to do to get out of this situation, or to change the narrative because you're in trouble, or your brand's in trouble, or it's a negative image about your brand or about you specifically. Please follow these steps and listen, but it's difficult because, creative people are creative for a reason, so that's always what a challenge is for us.
Yeah. So have you had a client that's like went off the script?
Of course.
And what happened?
They off the script. Like, at that point, it's like, and it's funny because I remember this particular client. It's funny because, this person, even on social media, and I just look and I'm like, Lord, yeah, he was the same way when he was with us. He was fun, but he just did his own thing. And he also had an idea and thought about what marketing was. Yeah. So a lot of the things he said and did was for a purpose, to get that, to get that reaction.
Yeah.
But for us in PR, it's like, Who? No, because we're dealing with the back end of it as far as the media is concerned. So we would always have to go back and clean things up. But everyone has a thought and idea of what they feel their marketing and promo should be for something. Yeah. And some of them, majority of them listen, but sometimes you have that client, you're just like, when the time is up with the contract, it's like, all right, we don't have to renew. All right, then, it was great.
Good, and you don't want it back anyway, because you don't listen. Yeah. All right, so being that you told us about a little downside, all right, do you have a successful story?
It's a lot. I mean, it's always fun to see whether it's a project, a show, a movie, or a new artist, or a new product, when you're working, when no one knows about it. And then at the end result is seeing it very successful. Yeah. I mean, that's how I felt with working with American Black Film Festival. Like when I worked with the festival, they didn't have a lot of national press, so when I worked with ABFF for 11 years. And so it's just like from that, rang the closing bell at New York Stock Exchange, got Los Angeles Times, got them on, the Evening News, Dateline, all the things. So seeing that platform grow, like seeing how successful ABFF and knowing that I was a part of that growth. Because in the beginning when I came on, it really was, they didn't have Good Morning America and all the things. So I really, helped to foster those relationships. So it's fun to see that happen. Like when you're with someone, you're just like, oh man, or, working with up and coming artists and people are like, who is that? And then all of a sudden they're blowing up. So having that type of success is always fun and rewarding.
So what's the most important PR trait to have?
I think it's several things. One of the most important things, you really have to know how to write very well. Punctuation and grammar. I'm like, hello, you're supposed to be a publicist. Like if you're trying to pitch people, we need to make sure you're a really great writer. And then second would be your communication skills. Like you have to be able to, back when I started PR, we picked up the phone and called people. Nowadays, we tend to email people more, but see, I still get on the phone and call people. A lot of our team's younger. Yeah. So they don't, I'm like, call them. Call them. If you have not heard back in 3 days, call them. But so to me, those are very important traits. And I think that you also have to be comfortable with someone telling you no.
How do you stay ahead of the curve when it's like always changing?
Well, for PR, traditional PR, which is, you write the press release, you send it out to media, you follow up, that stuff's still the same. Okay. Now, obviously, you have different tools, especially with AI, but it's just always staying abreast of what's new. The media landscape is getting smaller and smaller, so you have to know these people. Like, you have to get out, go to conferences. If you see someone speaking on a panel, go. You have to get out and meet these people.
Yeah, so when you say get out and meet these people, like in conferences, like what type of conferences, what type of people?
Any conferences where you see, whether it's, the Possible Conference, whether it's National Urban League Conference, NABJ, you have to go out and meet people. Because I think a lot of the times too, when you have FaceTime with people like these journalists and writers and TV producers, and they know you face to face, it's a very different relationship. Because even like sometimes with our team, like they'll reach out to people and if my business partner and I call them, it's like they get a response because we have FaceTime with these people. We know them personally. So it definitely makes a difference. So it's about really standing out and doing things differently. And that's how I really got in a lot of my internships and a lot of my jobs because I thought outside the box. Now you can go online and social media and kind of connect with people. Regardless if you send them a DM or a message or whatever, but you still have that direct communication. Back then when I was in school, I would have to go through Billboard. I would write handwritten letters to connect with people. And like 3 people wrote back to me like, oh, come meet with me because no one's ever did this, ever done this before. So those type of things, really being creative and thinking outside the box always win. You always win at the end.
All right, so what's next for your PR career?
What's so funny, I was just having this conversation with someone yesterday, and I don't like to say I'm a publicist because I feel like I'm a creative architect. That's what I like to say because I love all things creative. See, back then, and when I say back then, I'm saying in my 20s, like in the 90s, you had to stay in one lane. Now it's about you can be accepted and free to explore all your creative thing, the lines and all the things that you do creatively. And I think that's really important. So to me, yes, I have a public relations agency. I love PR. I really do because I love the landscape of pitching, getting, that client on New York Times or Good Morning America. See, I love that essence, Ebony. I love that. But to me, I also love other things. I love events. I love producing and managing events, which is what I did before PR. And I still enjoy it. Like when our clients come and say, oh, I want to do an event, I'm so excited. I'm like, we could do it. Like, I really enjoy all the little details that it takes to do an event. It's so many little details and logistics. And that's why, like with red carpets and things like that, I look at it a little differently because I'm like, okay, the step and repeat. How long is that? How big is it? What color is it? What are we going to have on? Like, I think of it, all those things, instead of like, okay, what media is on the carpet? Like, I think of all the things that it takes to get there. So I enjoy that. So that's why when you just say for a publicist, I'm like, I'm a creative architect.
Okay, so let's go a little deeper into your creative architect. All right, so for the events, I'm calling Michelle. What's the pitch for this event?
What's your budget?
Ooh.
But you know what happens to us as far as, definitely, because that determines what the heck type of event you're going to have.
Okay.
Because the thing is that too, and to me, it doesn't say you got to have a $500,000 budget. Now, obviously, if you're doing like a TV thing, a TV event or launch event for a film, everything doesn't cost $500K, $100K, $50K. Like, you can do things less, but it's like, let us know what that number is so we know what we're doing.
Okay, right.
So it's like, where are you trying to do this? What's your budget? But that's why I love events so much too, because then it really taps into your creativity as far as visually. Like, you have a visual theme for the event and it comes alive. With PR, it's words. It's like you're pitching, you're getting the press there to cover, So it's just two different aspects of creativity.
Okay. So do you favor one over the other?
I like them equally, to be honest, because it triggers different emotions and feels for me. Like a lot of the times, like, with PR, like we have a full team, so it's very different. So it's like, okay, the team will pitch and we're there working the carpet and doing the event. But with events, it's more hands-on for everybody. It's not like, two people are doing it. It's everybody, all hands on deck. So, but I just like how, to me, I just love them the same. Strategic Heights Media.
Yeah. How did that start?
So it's so funny. So now, this is our 11th year for Strategic Heights Media. My business partner, Simone Smalls, and I merged our companies. And so she had a PR agency, and I had my PR agency and events. I was doing PR and events for about 6 years before, because she was still working in-house at the company. And so her business manager and my husband was just like, when she decided to like go on her own, he was like, why don't y'all just merge y'all companies? Like, y'all are competing for the same business. He said, others do merge their companies all the time. You guys need to merge so you can grow. Smart. And we were just like, we had the conversation, went back and forth. And then that was, how that was born. And then actually it was more beneficial for us to merge our companies. Then we had BET Awards. We had that for 6 years. And, we still work with BET after that, like on their PR campaigns for TV shows and such. And we just, Comcast, Xfinity, Aspire, ASCAP, All Black, WeTV. I mean, we've worked with so many, HBO. I mean, we've worked with so many people. So it's fun. It's fun to like, and also being able to hire people is always great.
Like me.
Oh, yeah, we hired you. When we did the Mary J. Blige Strength of a Woman Festival, they were like, I said, we need to have some video. I said, we hiring Red. We hiring Red.
Yeah, that was one of the best experiences of my life.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was very fun.
Yeah.
And you were in your zone again.
We love clean carpets, organized. Everyone had a good time. All the write-ups after the recaps are great. I don't like craziness. So that's why I was like, we need Red, because her editing skills, she could turn it around for social quick. Like, we just needed all your thanks.
Thank you.
But it was great. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. What's one of your greatest accomplishments?
Oh my God, it's so many.
You can name them. It's okay.
It's so many. I would say when I worked at Virgin Records, I worked in international. So working with Aaliyah, that was like one of my memorable times.
The Aaliyah.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And working with Lenny Kravitz, Rolling Stones, Tina Turner. Like, I remember I did the Tina Turner's farewell tour. Like, so it was like I have so many great experiences. Those were like very, very memorable. I was in college. I had an internship at the State Department, and I got to meet Nelson Mandela, and I rode on a plane with Winnie Mandela. I rode on a helicopter to the UN. I was like,
that's a flex.
That was like, because Nelson Mandela was like the person, like my hero. Okay. Like, I read his 1,000-page biography. No. Like, he was my hero because he is the true definition of, staying true to who you are, regardless of what's happening to you. I was just like, so I cried when I met him. And then he stopped and talked to me and said, tell me your name. And he asked me, he's like, tell me your name. He was just like, you have to always be 10 steps ahead and you have to be smarter, wiser. The whole time he's talking to me, I'm just crying. Like, because I was like one of the only black, and I'm like, oh, the only black young person. Everyone else was like, we're older, and I just was tears. But that was like, I think, the most memorable thing of my life. So I would say those two things. And then just starting a business and having it sustain and grow, like, and be successful. And then, I mean, my new babies, just starting, you know, my purse collection that started out of a void. Afro Designs, named after my grandmama. But started like working on red carpets and not really wanting to have a purse. So wanting to have something. And I was just like, wait a minute. I hate carrying purses because, as you see, when I'm on carpets and I'm working, I'm moving. I'm fast. So to have a purse, a backpack, it's just annoying. And so I was like, what can I have that I can have, like my ID, lipstick, little perfume, little candy, little something. That's all I need. Yeah. And it's funny because I'm still finishing working, you know, the overview for the website. But I had them in the vineyard because they had just come like 2 days before I was going. So I said, let me just take it and see what people think. People were stopping me because I wear it every day. Yeah. I felt like Master P selling records out the trunk. I was just like, let me sell some purses out my car. Like, people in the grocery store, a woman stopped me and I was just like, oh, here you go. Like, that literally is what's happening. But it's named after my grandmother, Fannie Rowe. Very fashionable. Uncle Monroe, very fashionable people. So I was just like, I'm doing it in their memory. So, but each collection is named after a woman in my life.
Oh, that's dope. So
this one is named after my paternal grandmother, Ruth. So this is the Ruth. And then it's another bag that's square that's named after my mom. And her middle name is Frederica. And so I've been working on other ones that's named after different people. So
that's dope. Real dope.
But I love it.
Yeah,
it's good quality.
Yeah. So we make sure we plug it in. You make sure you cop one.
And I have to say, just the final thing is being able to spend more time with my family. Nice. Because I'm always traveling away. So I have to say, just being in this era of like family is my era right now.
I know you have a flight, but I have one last question.
No, we're fine.
Okay, one question. What would be the advice that you would give to that little girl that's looking out, saying, I want to do what she does?
It's a couple things, actually. It doesn't matter if you think it's the wildest thing ever. So I think really being confident in what you want and being confident in your idea, your business, whatever it is, don't be afraid. Wait a minute, you're doing what? Like, what's going on? I was like, nope, I'm going to do it. Oh, well, if it failed, oh, well, but at least I did it. Because for me, I'm more afraid to not try than to try and say, dang, I wish I could have done that. The shoulda, coulda, wouldas, that's not going to ever be me. I'd rather say, dang, I tried it and it failed. Oh, well, let me go back and get a job. Like, that's my thought and how I live my life. The second thing I would say is that whatever field you're going into, research that. Everyone you can connect, research that area that you want to go into and reach out to those people. But when you go out to those people, be creative. And again, like I mentioned earlier too, it was Billboard magazine. I had to convince my librarian to get Billboard magazine. Do you know how much Billboard magazine was? First of all, it was still weekly. Now you can get Billboard magazine for like $150 a week. It was like $1,200 a week. And my librarian was like, Michelle, it's just like, I was like, but come, please, we could. And she got me Billboard for 2 months. When I say nice. I was going through the billboards and I saw promotions and I'm telling you this story just so young people and just people in general can really think outside the box. And I saw all the people that it was like a section called like moving up, like all the people that got promoted. And so there were a few people. Adam Block was one of them. He was the head of licensing at Sony Music. Then it was Monty Littman, who was the president of Universal. I remember Monty said, like, no one has ever reached out to me in this way. Oh, wow. Because I said, congratulations on your new promotion. I would love to come meet with you about an internship, a job, or this or that. He's like, no one has ever done that. So I always tell younger people and just people who are looking, okay, what's the advice? Be an outlier. Think outside the box. Like when people give me specific things that I have done or accomplishments, those are the people that have done their research and that really pay attention to being an outlier. And that's the next thing I'm going to say, get an internship. So get an internship because we hire 90% of our employees were interns with us first.
I appreciate all of the advice. I appreciate your time.
I appreciate you because this is you. And I'm going to say this about you real quick. When we first met, and I'm not trying to take over your show because I think this is an amazing opportunity.
We're talking about you.
I know, but I want to talk
about you.
It is about you because you're creating this. You're creating this content because it's you. So when I first met you, it was obviously because of Ashanti, but just because anybody could just be somebody that's around. But you insert yourself in a way that it's very organic. And that's why this platform is very organic and it's very you. You connect with people in a different way where it doesn't seem opportunistic. And it's very, very like real. And because you're creating this amazing Storytellers platform, I want to congratulate you because people need to see you in this space and understand that the energy that you have with people, it comes off on camera, but this is truly you. So I'm going to support you. Anything you do, anything, I'm here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. She's making me cry. Thank you. I like when you said when you insert yourself, it's me. Like wherever I go, I always pray and be like, I pray to stay me.
And you also see that, Ashanti's not the person that just lets everyone into her space.
Oh, yeah.
So the fact that, like, when I saw that my best friend is like, no, because Red, no, like she's the people that's in her space, and then she's like, oh no, Red gonna stay with me. And I was like, oh, that's when I knew. When she had you in her space, her intimate space, I was like, I know she trusts you, so I trust you. But you come very honest, organic, and true to who you are. And it's just been fun to like really form a friendship with you. But you're so damn creative. So it's just like anything that I have that I can offer, a job, a gig, a place, a safe space, whatever, an ear, like I'm here.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I think I'm going to keep that in there.
Yeah, we're gonna.
It's still rolling too.
Why not?
I'm going to keep that in there.
You should.